Welcome, you have reached review time with Imperial. Today's review will be the series Black Summer Season 2. Let's get into it. So, I do have a review for Season 1, and this Season 2 definitely reminded me what I didn't like about Season 1. A lot of people liked Season 1 of Black Summer because especially if you all into the whole zombie apocalypse and all that. However, I had my problems with season one because they did a lot of dumb stuff that it didn't make sense, and they kind of brought that same stuff in season two. And the creator of Z Nation, if people familiar with Z Nation, which is a zombie apocalypse series, is the creator of Black Summer. And so the whole these zombies are fast, high octane zombies that run through walls and off adrenaline rush, and they're extra strong, and they turn instantly. So you have people that were getting shot as a human, and like 2 seconds later they instantly turned to a zombie and took off, and with the whole adrenaline rush. So I guess that's why some people do like, because the people don't even take time to die. They just, I seen one woman in season two get shot, and as she dropped, she popped right back up. I mean, like she bled out a little bit, died. She died instantly from the shot, and turned to the zombie like right away. So that was kind of like this is a series. So, and if a person, I mean, so you got the zombies can turn fast just like that, and they're harder to kill. Now the problem I had with part one is that I guess this is supposed to be made with modern day time, right? So I have yet to see someone make a zombie apocalypse using modern day times with modern day thoughts. So if we're making a zombie apocalypse in 2021, we have all been watching. Now speaking for the zombie apocalypse culture, we've been all watching zombie movies. They've been since decades. We got decades of film that we watch the zombie movies. And every zombie apocalypse, whatever it is, they always make it like this the first thing that has happened in life, period. And everybody is figuring things out on the go or whatever. So it just seems too unrealistic that these people are living in a 2021 world or whatever, or modern day world, and they know nothing about zombies ever. You feel me? Like if that was to happen in real life, we see it on movies and stuff like that. But for it to actually happen, you know what I'm saying? Most of us will have the theory. And what I'm getting at is too many times in this movie. So you already had this situation happen in part one with Rose is the main character played by Jamie King, and the whole mission was she lost her daughter Anna, and she was on a mission to get her daughter. They finally find her daughter, and it ended at this stadium. That's how part in the season one ended. And so some time has gone by since for season two. Some time has gone by. So at this moment, y'all are more familiar how to kill these zombies, and just like every other zombie movie, how do you kill them? Kill the brain. And these people are still shooting at the body or whatever. It's one scene that was a piss me off scene. They had one zombie that was running around. They were trapped in his house or in a house, and one zombie, and they had a gun, a few guns at that. One zombie running around the whole territory of the big house, and nobody said we're gonna set this zombie up and we're gonna blow his head off. Man, that you talk about, and then you do show some people that's, I guess they were more military minded or more equipped, where they come in and they do that right off the bit, shoot them in the head. Like it just was like that was just irritating or whatever. So nevertheless, let's get to the movie. Doesn't pick up where the last one drops off, and of course with these how Black Summer runs, it shows you future or current tense first, and then it blacks to cut scene, piss another title up, and then it goes back to the past and kind of bring you up to the current. So it shows you the future in scene, go back to the past and try to bring you in current. And it's jumping around all parts of the whole story. So to all eventually to bring you up to one place. So you will see certain things happening. We wonder, well, what happened? How did it get to that point? And then they eventually come back to it and bring you up. How did they get to that point and show you from the view of the people, the other people. So that's what pretty much going on. So instead of going, well, this will happen, then they went back here. Especially speaking from that, let's just speak for the whole story. So you had Rose, Spears, Son. Spears is played by Justin Chukari. Son is played by Kristen Lee. Anna is played by Zoe Marlette. And you had so it was them two, them four. And Lance. Kelsey, played by Kelsey Flower. So you have those, they're in a group together. And by this time, they've been with each other for some time, so they got a system. Rose has Anna, which is her daughter, on point. Like, they got codes, they got, Anna follows everything her mom tells her to do. Her mom tells her to do that. They load up together, put their clothes on. She's in tune. You know how you be watching these movies and you see the teenager or the younger kid that be frustrating the heck out of you, be like, why did this little silly kid, you know, they're just being a kid, but you be like, they ain't, nah. Anna was on deck. Mom said do this, Anna do this. She played her part. They had their little codes, so that, I liked it, that dynamic right there. You know what I'm saying? Even though it got to a point where Anna did drift a little bit later on in the story, but for overall, she get an A+ for holding it down, not getting off tune, staying in tune with her mom. We gonna stay safe. So they got that dynamic going on, and so what happens is you got these guys who are a group who's in a truck who sees them in this town, in this city, and they're scavenging pretty much, and so they split up. And what eventually happens is, of course, Rose and Anna, they dip off together. Spears gets shot, and then Son, and when Spears gets shot, Anna was pretty much like, we gotta go. He gonna slow us up. So she on code with her daughter. I'm not letting nobody get to kill my daughter. There's no law. Women and children could be at, the weakest link for men and whoever to do whatever to them. So she's on guard. We gotta leave you. So meanwhile, Son was with Spears, like, trying to help him. So when the group of guys came up, when she heard them pull him up, she pushed Spears down in a valley. She pushed him down in the valley or whatever. And when she pushed him down in the valley, he passed out. Meanwhile, when he passed out, they took Son, this group, as a hostage. So this is, of course, men become savages, and of course they took a woman as a hostage, and so they're venturing off, and they're headed off into the wilderness, and it goes from snow to sunshine, snow to sunshine, snow to sunshine, and the rain throughout the whole series. So Rose and Anna eventually make it to this house, and this is the house that I said has the zombie running around. Now Rose is trying to shoot it. She can't get a good shot, and she missed. Nevertheless, they end up getting away from the zombie, bang on the door, and then inside of the home is about 5 people and a 6th person that nobody don't know about. So about 5 people in there, And so inside of here, you have a mother, two sons, an older woman, a wife, and a husband. And there's a plane that keeps flying by every day, dropping off supplies. Inside of the supplies, they're dropping off food and guns. So, of course, in any type of war situation, the person with the group with the most guns is going to win. So this is survival of the fittest, and different groups all over are getting these packages, getting the guns, and they're warring with each other. So that group I told you that took Son, they eventually make it to the house. But nevertheless, before that happened, Rose and Anna is inside the house with this group of 5. Right off the back, you see the sons are off and the mom is off. The mom has some type of rash. She has something going on, so she's turning slowly. And a bunch of stuff go down in the house. Long story short, when I said Anna is on code with her mom, they were playing this card game, and this is their way of communication. And in the card game, the one guy, he came over, the one son came over and pretty much was saying like, can I learn how to play? And he was, you could tell he could have been a little perv because he told Rose she smelled good or whatever. So something he in his own bag with that. So nevertheless, they were playing cards and they told him that he wouldn't understand. So he kept putting down cards and they kept telling him he was wrong. So he got frustrated. But it was a game they were playing. And inside the game is pretty much saying the moves that they were making and who was what and what was going to be future tense and what was past. So they eventually communicated when things was going astray. One of the husband decided he's going to go out to where the stash of where the drop-offs was getting dropped off. He was going to go out and retrieve the package. And of course, when he goes out to the package, he doesn't return because the group of guys that had kidnapped Son, they find him, torture him to give up information. He eventually tells them where the house is. He ended up dying when the other group that came, and they had like a civil war right then and there. So the guys, they got on their snowmobile and they drove off or whatever. So he eventually gets to tell them, that other group, where them other guys was. So what ended up happening, the one son was going off. He killed the wife, and after he killed the wife, they killed the old lady. And so one son was trapped outside up in the tree. The other son that was going off, he was in the house with the mom. Rose and Anna was playing their card game, and the mom decided, we're going to kill the mom and the other son that was going off in the house. So just like on code, they put it down. And when the mom was downstairs, she was turning. By the time the son came back downstairs, Rose had the gun at his mom. He was like, what's going on? Rose blew his mom's head off. And Anna shot him in the leg, then shot him in the head. It was just perfecto when that happened right there. You know what I'm saying? That was a proud moment right there because Anna was on code. Nevertheless, all out war breaks out because the both groups end up getting to the main house. And I said there was a 6th person in the house. He was hiding the whole time. And pretty much he was saying he knew where the airplane was docking at every time. And he knew it was a place with all this food and shelter and everything like that. And so he said he could take them. So now you had the group that still had Son, and it was about 4 of them together, and then there was Anna, Rose, and the other guy who said he knew where they could find refuge at. And so they make it there, and it's this big resort lounge place. No one's there, so they think. And they pretty much, Anna's on code. She we not staying here long. The mom is like, we need to rest. Anna I can't sleep. The mom takes a shower, falls asleep. Meanwhile, Anna prowls the whole location. She finds that there was a door open downstairs. The wind was flapping it open. That was alarming. She found a room where there were zombies at, and there was another door that was open. So in her mind frame, I believe she's just thinking this ain't a safe place. It's too big to monitor all this. So meanwhile, in Spears' storyline, he finally came to after he got pushed in the ditch. He ended up running into a guy that knew him from the city, knew his big brother. They had this whole little adventure going on, and they knew each other. And then Spears finally recognized where he knew him from. And there was a moment where it was a guy on a zombie. On a horse. And Spears could have killed the guy, but he didn't kill him. He went over to the horse, and then that was it. He was headed to some cabin he knew about. Maybe he was headed to the same cabin. And I don't know if I missed something, but it never tells what happens to him when he went to the horse or whatever. It just shows Spears shows up to the lounge where Rose and Anna and the other guy was, and he got shot early, so he's been dying, and he was infected with the bullet wound. He was dying, so right on code, Anna killed him because he had his last supper. Rose made a big meal, but he was dying, and Anna knew it, and she also knew Rose wouldn't be able to do it because of her attachment with Spears. So Anna pretty much was on code. She killed Spears, told the mom they had to go, and they went headed to the try to see where the airplane lands at. Meanwhile, the other guy that led them there, he thought they could live there forever. So next thing it flashes, it shows the future, where it shows that same guy, he was running around at the aircraft place, and you like, well, what happened to him? It shows that he led the group up there, group of men, and once he got there, they killed him. But it doesn't show, well, how did they get from the point where he was still at the lounge resort place and how he got mixed up with those guys and how he ended up there. So it skipped that whole part. So those are like little pockets of holes that's missing in the season. And the other guy that was with Spears, it doesn't show did he die or what happened with him with that situation. So that was another like hole in the season. So it ended up final scene. All groups end up at the aircraft hangar place, and the pilot came in, and the group that I said had son kidnapped. It was 2 women in that group, and the lead guy had them at gunpoint. The airplane came in the sky. Rose shot. She had a air flare and shot it into a vehicle that blew everybody up. Meanwhile, Rose injured her leg. And this is cold. Don't slow me down. Keep moving. So Rose told Anna, leave her. Her and son ran off. Anna's son and the other woman, they ran to the plane. Meanwhile, Anna didn't get on the plane because, Spears had told her before he died, don't leave your mom no matter what. And so she didn't get on the plane. The plane took off. Son is in the plane with the pilot. And he was saying we on our way to somewhere else. He said we got to stop somewhere to gas up, of course. Meanwhile, it shows Anna show back up, and the guy and Rose are looking at each other with gunpoint. Anna goes and get a car, and the guy just put the gun down, and Anna's leg is wounded. Rose's leg is wounded. Anna's in the car, and Rose just passed out. Meanwhile, there's another guy alive. Now, that was an intense scene. Everybody that showed up at the hangar, they all turned to zombies after fighting each other. And there's one guy left soldier. This scene is intense. He pretty much takes them all out. They chasing them, running. He's running from them, smacking them with bricks, smacking them with everything he can. And then he don't just, when they hit him on the ground, he don't just keep it moving. He hit them on the ground and finish them off, keep beating them in their head. So That was intense, and that's how you like to see people get busy. And the guy that we're saying that was with Spears, that he known from the city, his name was Braithwaite. We don't know if he died or not. And so you had Anna with the car, Rose, Pet, went to sleep, and you had other guys still at the airport hangar, exhausted after fighting through all them zombies, and his name was Mance. So he got busy, and Mance was still alive. So that was season 2 of the Black Summer. I do believe it was better than season 1. It just, the way they run the whole Black Summer series can be confusing, and you gotta put it all together. It's left holes. I'm tired of people not being able to defend themselves against the zombies. These are high octane zombies, but they still die from headshots. Aim for the head. Even if you don't have a gun, you should be able to have an axe. Anything sharp they can be stabbed in the head. That's the part that's frustrating, that they don't do that. They even had an axe at one point with this one zombie. Like, that was just frustrating. But nevertheless, hey man, subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment if you're into the whole Black Summer series. Till next time.